Hi everyone, just boiling up a billy for our story today, which is Wombat Stew. This story is written by Marcia Vaughan and illustrated by Pamela Lofts, and it contains a lot of Australian animals. We're going to have a look at the keyword signs for some of these animals before we start our story today. So the main character in the story is a dingo, and a dingo is a very clever dog. And that is the keyword sign for dingo. Clever dog. Okay. There's also a big fat wombat. Wombats love to dig in the ground. They live in a burrow underneath the ground. So let's make some claws and dig in the sand. This is the keyword sign for wombat. We also have a platypus in our story. Notice the platypus has got a big bill, like a beak. Let's make a beak with our hand. Put it underneath our chin. This is platypus. Okay. Then we have an emu. Can you see the emu has also got a beak? Yeah. Let's make a beak with our hand again, but this time we're going to peck. Like we're pecking at the ground. Emu. We also have a lizard. Lizards love to stick their tongues out. They use their tongues to catch things to eat. So if we curl our finger up like this, put it under our chin, and then flick our finger out like we're sticking out our tongue like a lizard, flicking our finger out. Lizard. We also have a really spiky animal in our story called an echidna. This is a tricky sign to do, so I'm going to walk you through it. Let's make a fist with our right hand and hold it out in front of us. Then we're going to make a claw with our other hand and hide it behind that arm. Then we're going to flick it up like the spikes on an echidna. Let's try that again. Echidna. And the last animal in our story is a koala. Koalas live in trees and they use their claws to hang on to the branches. So can we give ourselves a big hug like a koala? This is the keyword sign for koala. All right, let's get started then. Thank you for joining me today, Miss O and Miss Goodall. They're going to help me with the story. Okay, let's get started. One day on the banks of the Billabong, a very clever dingo caught a wombat. Here's our dingo, and he caught a wombat. And decided to make wombat stew. Wombat stew, wombat stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, wombat stew. Platypus came ambling up the bank. "Good day, dingo," he said, wagging snapping his bill. "What's all that water for?" "I'm brewing up gooey chewy stew with that fat wombat," replied Dingo with a toothy grin. "If you ask me," said Platypus, "the best thing for gooey stew is mud. Big blocks of Billabong mud." "Blocks of mud?" Dingo laughed. "What a good idea. Righto, in they go." So Platypus scooped up the big blocks of mud with his tail and tipped them into the billy can. Around and around the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang. Wombat stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, wombat stew. Waltzing out from the shade of the ironbarks came Emu. She arched her graceful neck over the brew. "Oh, Dingo," she spluttered, "what have we here?" "Gooey, chewy, wombat stew," boasted Dingo. "Oh, if only it were a bit more chewy," she sighed. "But don't worry, a few feathers will set it right." "Feathers?" Dingo smiled. "That would be chewy." Righto, in they go. So into the gooey brew, Emu dropped her finest feathers. Around and around the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang. Wombat stew, crunchy munchy for my lunchy, wombat stew. Old Blue Tongue the lizard came sliding off his sun-soaked stone. "Silly Dingo," he hissed, "there are no flies in this stew. Can't be wombat stew without crunchy flies in it." And he stuck out his bright blue tongue. There's a lot to be said for flies, agreed Dingo, rubbing his paws together. Righto, in they go. So Lizard snapped up 100 flies from the air with his long tongue and flipped them into the gooey stew. Around and around the bubbling billy, Dingo danced and sang. Wombat stew, crunchy, munchy, for my lunchy, wombat stew. Up through the red dust popped Echidna. Wait a bit, not so fast, he bristled, shaking the red dust from his quills. Now I've been listening to all this advice, and take it from me, for a munchy stew you need slugs and bugs and creepy crawlies. Dingo wagged his tail. Why, I should have thought of that. Righto, in they go. So Echidna dug up all sorts of creepy crawlies and dropped them into the gooey, chewy, crunchy stew. The very clever Dingo stirred and stirred. That's my spoon, give it a big stir. Wombat stew, hot and spicy, oh so nicey, wombat stew. Just then, the sleepy-eyed koala climbed down from the scribbly gum tree. Oh, look here, he yawned. Oh, any bush cook knows you can't make a spicy stew without gum nuts. Leave it to the koala to think of gum nuts, Dingo laughed and licked his whiskers. Righto, in they go, and into the gooey stew, crunchy munchy stew, koala shook lots and lots of gum nuts. Aha, cried Dingo, now my stew is missing only one thing. What's that? Asked the animals. That wombat. Wait! Stop! Hang on, Dingo. You can't put that wombat in the stew yet. Why not? You haven't tasted it. Oh, righto, I'll taste it then. And that very clever Dingo bent over the billy, took a great big slurp of stew. And with that he ran away into the bush, never to sing again. Wombat stew, gooey, brewy, yummy, chewy, wombat stew. And that's the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining us today, girls. It was great to have you along with me, and thank you for joining in at home. We'll see you again soon.